Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Sully Gaming, and I'm back with a brand new video on the channel. And what brings this video to my channel today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say there's a lot of things in the 2K community that needs to be said. And ladies and gentlemen, people are going to let 2K walk all over them for the fact that everyone was pretty much hyped up for this retro AJ Styles to come out, and there's things that are required of said people that you basically have to sell your limbs and whatever you guys can take from it all. Yeah, so 2K has basically been very, very, very scummy and predatory with the way they've handled this live event. And people will say, "Oh, but the content creators are just hating on the game because they can't get the requirements," and people will call it jealousy. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we go to the store and we go, yes, first of all, we'll go to my collection level here. And as you can see, we don't have any of the Eras cards, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2 of why the Eras pack is a scam. So yeah, we're going to click on it, and as you can see, we have one new card out of 30. Well, 3 new cards out of 30. So yeah, there's 28 cards in this set that are recycled, excuse me, and reskin for the purpose of just so 2K can label it as new content. So yeah, what 2K what 2K has done is they've given us a proper Torn Peck Cody, but they already give us a Torn Peck Cody action figure. So yeah, we're basically continuing off where we left off earlier on today. So 2K have just reskinned Cody Rhodes, the action figure, and give us an actual version of him. So yeah, and then, ladies and gentlemen, now they are reselling Charlotte Flair 19 when I don't, whether it was by accident or not, or whether it was a gift from 2K or whatever it was, 2K basically give us Charlotte 19 for free. So yeah, we're going to back out of my faction, and we're just going to make sure, and we're going to see if Charlotte 19 is still on our roster. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So Charlotte Flair 19 was basically given out to people for free, and yes, she is 93 rated. 2K gave her out for free. Apparently she's like a free DLC or something, I don't know. But I guess if you don't have set a certain edition, Deadman edition, or if you don't have the Bloodline edition, but you've got the Deadman edition and you've got the standard edition, I guess that's why they put Charlotte Flair 19 into the Era set. But yeah, Charlotte Flair 19 is already on the roster, so that's another scummy move that they've done, is they're basically, so they're give us Charlotte 19 for free, but now they're basically reselling her as a collection reward, which is basically forcing people, if people want Charlotte, if people want Cody Rhodes 22, and even if people want The Rock 24, which we've already had 3 times this year already. So yeah, this would probably mark The Rock 24's 4th appearance. I think it would mark his 4th appearance in my faction. And if you want Super Cena, all you need to do is complete a set number of live events in My Rise, and you basically got John Cena, Super Cena in your collection. But yeah, the reason Eras is a scam, ladies and gentlemen, is because 2K are repackaging the same cards and content that is already in the game. They're already reselling it all. And the packs are only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. The packs are just the beginning. And if you want this Jey Uso 10, all you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is beat the showcase mode, and you get Jey Uso 10 from showcase, from the classic matchup. And then, yeah, so here is where the scam comes into play, ladies and gentlemen. So, what is actually new in this pack? So, we know the Cody Rhodes is new. The, the Cody Rhodes 22 is new, considerably. It's a proper version of him. But what exactly is new? So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have got the new one of the so the second of the three cards is Trish Stratus 03, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, so Trish Stratus 03 is the second of three new cards. But as we go through the rest of the pack, you can get Bailey Mutiny from My Rise. So you're basically infusing My Rise content in here. I think you get I think you also get Charlotte 17 from My Rise. And here's this another scummy thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you've already got the WrestleMania Cody Rhodes, yeah, so the WrestleMania Cody Rhodes is an amethyst, ladies and gentlemen. But what's 2K doing, which is very predatory, is they basically made people buy who bought the WrestleMania pack to get Cody, Jay, and Aleister Black. Now they put Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 41 into the Eras pack. So yeah, so now he's upgraded he's upgraded 2 tiers. Nice, yeah, so they're reselling Cody, they're reselling Charlotte, reselling Bailey Mutiny. And ladies and gentlemen, only recently, we literally just got El Grande Americano, and lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, they are already being scummy with El Grande Americano. It's basically 2K saying, oh, if you don't have the DLC, but you want El Grande Americano, well, basically give us your money, and you will maybe get a chance at El Grande Americano. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the packs are ridiculous. There's people spending 2 million MFP, people spending 3.5 to 4 million. Some people spending a lot of VC on MFP on these packs. Like they have to grind 40 hours a day. But yeah, 12 hours a day, 40 hours a week, just to get enough for a 20 bucks. It's not worth it. It's not really worth it. But ladies and gentlemen, people are like the content creators are trying to send a message that the Eras packs are a scam. I know people want the retro AJ Styles, but ladies and gentlemen, to open the Eras pack is not worth it. So yeah, so out of the top row, Trish Stratus 03 is one new card out of the three that you guys can get, but you have to complete a collection set for the Cody. Technically, the Charlotte 19 is new as well, if you don't have the Bloodline edition. And then they're reselling the Rock, ladies and gentlemen, the Rock 01. So yeah, they've increased the Rock by, they increased the Rock 01 by 4 tiers, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you complete the electric set, you will get the exact same Rock, but it's not a Persona card, and it's not a Persona card here either. It's just been increased by 4 tiers, and its rating has gone up. So yeah, and then we get the final new card that's out of a 30 card set. The card that we were expecting to be involved with the oddities for Kurt Angle, nope, it's Kurt Angle 2000. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Cody Rhodes 22 with his torn pec. We've got Kurt Angle 2000, and ladies and gentlemen, we have Trish Stratus 03 and Trish Stratus 03, Kurt Angle 2000, and Cody Rhodes 22. These are the only 3 new cards that are associated with this era set because every other card, ladies and gentlemen, is recycled. So, if you played World Tour, ladies and gentlemen, you can get John Cena 10 in World Tour. Yes, he's only a Sapphire, I think. But then I think you could upgrade him again. I think you could upgrade him again to a Ruby, I think, during one of his live events. Yeah, one of his Superstar for the month. I think you could get it as a Ruby. But yeah, so they've increased this Team John Cena Persona card that people already have. And that's why Eras is a scam, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Uso, you can get from Showcase mode. You can already get Jey Uso WrestleMania 41 from the WrestleMania pack, which was pretty much cheap. You can already get Demastered Charlotte from the Demastered set. So yeah, you'd already have, if you practically already have a lot of these Persona cards already. And then we've got the Elite Jey Uso, and if you've got the Bloodline Edition and you pre-ordered it, you would get Elite Jey Uso. So yeah, so now they're reselling action figures. And then we've got John Cena 12, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can unlock John Cena through MyRise. You don't need to pack him because yes, it's not a Persona card, but if you want him on your roster, you just go through MyRise and you pick, I think you pick, yeah, I think you have to talk to Cody Rhodes in MyRise, and then you will get Undashing Cody Rhodes. I think you get Randy Orton 15, and then you get John Cena 12. So you're getting 3 cards or 3 people for the price of 1 from MyRise content. So yeah, you don't need to buy the Eras pack for John Cena 12, but I guess if you want him in your team in my faction, then yeah, you guys can use him here. But yeah, this is, and now we get to why it's a scam. All they did, ladies and gentlemen, was they took the oddities Kurt Angle and they put him in the packs. And what they've done, ladies and gentlemen, is they've only boosted them up by 4 points. Yes. So Kurt Angle, that's currently available in the oddities, they're putting them in the Eros packs and they boosted them up by 4. And now we get to the creme of the, we get to nearly, yes, we get to the next scummy thing, predatory thing that they've done is reselling Elite Trish Stratus, ladies and gentlemen, when, ladies and gentlemen, you can all, they put Elite Trish Stratus behind a Trish Stratus oddities. You could get Elite action figure Trish Stratus, so they've increased Trish Stratus by 2 tiers, so her rating has gone up by, yeah, it's gone up by a lot, like 50 points, I think. It's gone up by 50 rating as a Ruby. But yeah, so they're reselling Trish Stratus, they're reselling Jey Uso. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty much like a lot of the stuff is recycled, and we keep going down and we keep going down. Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, everything in this pack is recycled because you can already pack them or unlock them in through other modes and other means. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're reselling Elite Jimmy Uso. They've increased Elite Jimmy Uso by 1 tier. So yeah, he's gone up by 1 tier, and he's gone up a couple of points from his Amethyst. But yeah, so we've currently been talking about why the Eros pack is a scam in part 2, but now we get to why it's a scam. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, so all the collection awards you can earn elsewhere, the packs themselves are a scam. But now we get to the why it's scummy, ladies and gentlemen, why 2K are predatory in the way they've handled these packs. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, now we're at the creme de la creme, where we talk about why this is so predatory. So what so you need 4 cards in total, ladies and gentlemen, so you can unlock the retro edge styles. And so yeah, so how do you start the events? People may wonder. Well, to start the event, you need to get the Elite Action Figure Trish Stratus to start the event to get the Drew McIntyre. So once you get the Drew McIntyre, you go to stage 2. So when you go to stage 2, you've got the Drew from the Queen figures. Then you go to Nightmare figures. So yeah, you need Drew from the first one, but you also need Elite Jey Uso. So that is 2 of the requirements that you need to pack from the Eros set to get Gunther. And then you need Gunther, and this is where another predatory act comes in from 2K, ladies and gentlemen. They already brought out an event for Randy Orton '09. Yes, he's a Ruby, but they've now repackaged Randy Orton persona, Randy Orton '09, as a pink diamond persona who's locked behind the Road to Retro Edge style. So yeah, you need Gunther, but to get Gunther, you need Elite Trish to get Drew, and then you need Drew and Elite Jey to get the Gunther. Then you need Gunther to get the Randy Orton '09. Then we get to step 3, ladies and gentlemen. The third card that you need to try and pull, which people are struggling to get right now. You go to the Legacy and the Never Seen. So yeah, so you need the Randy Orton '09 from the Yeet General, but you also need to try and pack on Dashing Cody Rhodes to get the Roman Reigns 22 Brawl, which we already have in the game. So yeah, they've increased him up two by 2 tiers and increased his rating by 20. And then we go to the Chiefs in streets clothes. So yeah, you need to get the Roman 22 to get Julia. But then we get to the final, the second last predatory thing that 2K has done to get it to make people jump through hoops to get this retro AJ Styles, and everybody needs to listen to us content creators who are literally saying, ladies and gentlemen, we need to stand up to 2K. We can't allow 2K to basically scam people and keep encouraging underage gambling and underage gambling. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, at this point for retro AJ Styles, this it's a massive gamble, and people are literally gambling so much money, be an MFP. And ladies and gentlemen, virtual current, spending your real life money is gambling, but also, ladies and gentlemen, people that spend MFP, ladies and gentlemen, yes, that is a currency in the game that's free to obtain. But ladies and gentlemen, that's 2K's way of saying, haha, gotcha. And that's a form of free gambling. You're not spending any money, but you are gambling with free in-game currency. And yeah, it's sort of ridiculous, but then we get to the legends and the proteges, and we get to the final card that you need to try and pull, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so you need to get Bailey Mutiny. You also need to get the Julia from the previous event. So yeah, so you need Elite Trish, Elite Jey, you need Elite or on Dashing Cody Rhodes, and you need Bailey Mutiny. So yeah, you need 4 cards so you guys can go. Yeah, you need the Trish to start the event. You need the Elite Jey to do the next part. So you need him. Yeah, so you need Trish to start it to get Drew. You need Drew and Jey to get Gunther. Then you need Gunther to get Randy '09. Then you need on Dashing Cody Rhodes, which is the third step with Randy '09 to get Roman Reigns 22. Then you need Roman 22 to get Julia. And then you need Bailey Mutiny with Julia so you guys can get Booker T01, who we already have. So yeah, cards in it. So there's literally so many cards that are being resold and and upgraded now that pink diamonds are in the game now. So yeah, and then we get to the final bit. The arms and the legs and the wheels have fallen off the bike. You're pretty much homeless at this point. And now here we have retro AJ Styles, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, the hype was there. The hype was pretty much up in the air because we got the Born to Fly entrance. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have seen clips about this retro AJ Styles online, it's supposed to be TNA AJ Styles or WCW AJ Styles, and ladies and gentlemen, it's not TNA AJ Styles because AJ Styles in TNA, he was not buff. He's he was more skinny and more scrawny. But yeah, what they've done, ladies and gentlemen, is they just took their de-aging software, they've changed his attire, they give him a head swap, action figure head swap, and just made him look younger, and like changed his entrance music to Born to Fly. But yeah, this is just a generic AJ Styles that's already in the game. But unfortunately, you have to jump through 7 different hoops. Ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, you have to jump through 7 hoops, like the Pink Diamond Heptide. So yeah, 7 challenges like the Pink Diamond Heptide. And it's ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you may not be guaranteed to get the Trish, to get the Jay, to get the On-Dashing Cody, or to even get the Bailey Mutiny, because yeah, the packs are just a scam, ladies and gentlemen, and all the people out there that are like, oh yeah, we recommend you open these packs, ladies and gentlemen. Like, those are people that obviously no life this game, ladies and gentlemen, who spend 40 hours a day just grinding millions and millions of MFP just so they can open packs and have a good life and have pretty much a good life, ladies and gentlemen. Like, they do not live their life. Like, they just sold their souls to 2K to be a part of the corporate, and no one's gonna listen to content creators, ladies and gentlemen. Like, just don't give 2K your money or your attention. But ladies and gentlemen, we know there's people out there and they're gonna be like, oh, content creators can't tell us what to do with our money. Like, we work hard for our money, and we're gonna spend it how we want. We want to get away from our actual life, so we're just gonna sit and grind the same match over and over and over and over again, 40 hours a day, 12 hours a week, and just to be able to afford a $20. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to prove a point that this is all that the MFP grinders do. And yeah, they say, oh yeah, MFP grind is so fun. The MFP grind is so fun. And this is all they recommend, but they literally will sit and say, you content creators are just sitting complaining about the game. But yeah, this is all they do, ladies and gentlemen, this is all they do for 12 hours, 40 hours a week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same stuff, just over and over again. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, this is all it is. Basically, yeah, so it's not a Logan Paul grind method. yeah, so it's the Logan Paul grind method now. But yeah, you also require Penta, and Penta was pretty much um kind of in a scam pack as well in the Fearless. I literally just got one card, a George Penta, the other day. Yeah, so this is just the grind method that everyone's using. And it's obviously it's not working right now, but yeah, so you do get the idea, ladies and gentlemen. So imagine just fighting solo. Yeah, just fighting solo for 40 hours a day. 100 matches a year, or 100 matches every time without living your life. But yeah, it really isn't worth it. And yeah, so 2K25 may be a fun game, ladies and gentlemen, but it is so predatory the way 2K have handled the retro edgy styles. And all we can do, ladies and gentlemen, is we can only hope that Wednesday is the beginning of a new era and it's the beginning of change. And yeah, I do apologize that this is a long video, but you guys need to know to start listening to us content creators, because we play the game to make the content for you, and we want you guys to not be wasting your money or your MFP on stuff that's not really worth it. Yes, the retro AJ Styles was hyped up. Penta was pretty much hyped up whenever he was revealed in the Fearless set. But yeah, it's really not worth it at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Like, the fun has been sucked out of it. It's become a big, massive cash grab. This has been the 2K Scam Simulator Part 2, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.